The former director of finance for the city of Macon says she's up for the challenges that come with leading a new government. That's why Adah Roberts is running for Macon-Bibb County Commission District 6. Here's her conversation with 41 NBC's Ashley Minnelli.
You mentioned that you were the former director of finance for the city of Macon.
That's right.
Why do you feel that's going to be an asset if elected?
As finance director, I reported both to the mayor and to all 15 council members. I worked well with them. I got to know them. I know a lot about the city. I had to work with every department, so I know every department. We had outside agencies. We had to work with the county. Very few can come with the kind of experience that I've had.
While you've worked with the mayor and council in the past, it's a very different ballgame becoming one of them. What's your biggest concern about being a commissioner, and what are you most looking forward to if elected?
I want to make sure that I represent my people and that I maintain my integrity and not be swayed by politics. I'm not a political person, and I don't want to play any kind of political games, but I'm not so naive as to think that there won't be some things that won't go the way that I think that they would go or that I thought it might run. I know enough about politics to know that I'm going to have to do some give and take, and certainly I want to be here to bridge the divide. I want us to work together. We don't want the division now. We're coming together as a consolidated government, and we want to stay consolidated.
And part of that consolidated government is getting rid of the 5% of the budget starting in 2015. How difficult do you think this is going to be? Is it realistic?
I think it's going to be very difficult. However, I think it's attainable. I think that we're going to have to look at personnel. Most of our costs, 80% are about 80% are in labor costs. So we're going to have to look there in order to make the cuts. It's going to be hard. Somebody may end up losing a position.
And specifically talking about your district, what's your top concern at this point, and what do you want to tell your constituents out there if elected?
My top concern in my district is not raising taxes and not raising assessed values, which effectively gives us a tax raise. We want to make sure that there are some other alternatives to raising taxes. And if we can't do anything differently, then I think that we're going to have to cut back on services and explain to our people what it takes. If you don't want to pay an increase in taxes, then are you willing to do without these services, if that's what it takes? But I would like to look at bringing in some money from outside so that we don't have to raise taxes.
Roberts is a licensed CPA who worked for the city of Macon for 7 years. She began as the accountant for the Workforce Development Office and ended her career as the city of the Director of Finance.